off the wall.
My name is Lebu Mashile. I am a poet, a performer. I'm a media practitioner and actress. I'm a feminist. I'm a mom. I'm a public speaker, published author. I've shared my work in 28 countries. I've been doing this thing for half of my life. I'm 41 years old. I started on these streets in Newtown, and it's my privilege to be back. This next poem is a poem that I wrote about 6 months before Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela passed away, and I feel like it's still relevant to the politics of what is happening in South Africa right now. It's called These Hills. These hills are made of thunder, lightning, wonder, dreams, and hunger. These hills have made us, but our people, they do cast us under. These hills rock with lullabies to the night, caress the moon, and at dawn the sun, they do ignite. These hills are purple, orange, green, and gold where they kiss the sea. Freedom has no color. It is the sound of the heartbeat, the memory of our feet touching the skin of the earth. These hills are alive beyond death. They are the first breath at birth when we hurt each other. These hills bear the curse. Into history's unending song, these hills will write our worth. Young man, live long and tell them where you come from. Wealth is values lived. Live long and tell them they cannot take what was never theirs to give. Live long and show home grows within you wherever you dwell. Your soul is your true home. Your soul won't be controlled by your cell. The land's immortal body bleeds into the horizon of memory as time writhes, twisting and contorting with the changing norms of morality. Royal-blooded herd boy, barefoot belligerent, agitator, black martyr, sanctified black president, black Jesus of investment, black snake charmer for the politics of the present, mythologized black Saint Nicholas, de-radicalized, neutered like MLK's essence. A teddy bear or terrorist, a visionary vanquisher or victim, a Coca-Cola communist branded in a marketer's telltale prison. Who can define the weight of a label, the mic, the pen, or the jail's hell? A colossal heart in the body of the father of the nation. How many times do you wish you fathered your own children as well? What will we speak of your deeds when your chest no longer heaves, when your last breath and death are sold to fulfill a gnawing need for heroes we can conquer, when accepting consequences becomes too complex? We've smoothed your imperfections into who we long to be. Now, who we are reveals itself. We are the walking wounded, a pedophile king, a presidential rapist. We are the entrances and exits the hills never forget. The existential crisis of a miracle overstretched, the enigmatic heart chakra of the planet, bloodied, scarred, perpetually blessed. We are you, a giant silenced, swimming in dreams of blue hills. Telling the truth will be our biggest test. Once we were travelers. Wherever we found water and warmth, we were home. Once, when we knew the ocean's true names, you could send a beat from Indian to Atlantic, Giza to Great Zimbabwe. A scripted message traveled from heart to hand, to drums, to dust, to ear, to village, to kingdom. Songs of divination, songs of destruction. Coded connections contained in clan names and cattle. Cosmic formations and the scars that hold both beauty and tears. Once, we knew that a human being was more than a two-legged consumer, more than a permit or passport holder, more than a slave or child of war. An African in motion is a tangent in time, a multi-dimensional expression of lineage, a collection of talents mined through survival, made manifest in transcendence. We transcend borders of geography, skin, and mind. We make empires out of empty spaces, create cultures out of chaos and catastrophe. Through turbulence and turmoil, we never stop. Like the flow of our resources, we never stop. Like the tides of our geniuses, we never stop. Like the forces that would divide us, we never stop. South Africa, you do not have a name. Things that go unnamed wander through the world not knowing where to look or where to go. In Africa, names are asked for, prayed for. Blood is spilled in the name of naming. Warm red liquid seeping into dust fills the dead with life. Our names are the dead speaking. South Africa, can you hear the song of the dead? The rush of blood spilling daily in your breast. We kill each other for your nameless name's sake, to appease the hungry ghosts who keep asking, where do we look? Where do we go? The dead know more of living than we, the living dead. The way what is unspoken outweighs what is said. The untold tales of walking corpses who see plenty but go unfed. The silent history shouting at the present like electric fences around king-sized beds. South Africa, your aspirations asphyxiate me. I die each day just to live free. Bonded to the lie that I could own any land or that you could ever build a fence that could hold all of me. The dead have us by the collar. The dead squeeze themselves into our dreams. You think that you belong to yourself. The dead are using your eyes to see. We dress our wounds in costumes like designer aids and branded poverty. Tourists gorge their tears on raw sewage, then drive 10 minutes to sip chai tea. Our corpses are clothed in contradictions. We fashion fictions to feed free market afflictions. We are dancing to a dead rhythm while the dead wait for us to see ourselves in them. South Africa, the dead do not die. They wait for you to stop being afraid, to hear the voices that know where to go and what to do, to sit with these silences and give them names.
Joy element kusukela kudala mandulo omkhulu nokhokho bethu bebebizana bodwa bagide endaweni yodwa. Namhlanje ngiyazibuza ukuba ingaba lokho sikulibele yini na. Today ririsitso sa rona se tsamaile ka metsi eya ritibetsi. Lo mhlaba uyahlaba lo mhlaba usuya ngikhabakhaba nenduku isiyaphenduka injwayelo emzimbeni nomama usekhala njalo mama for how long will we be counted in this immoral act of women and child abuse because baba beats you for his own insecurities, his own infidelities. He chains you like a dog, like wet clothes. I'm next on a line. His love is a lie. Mama was kanda ngenyeke all the scars and bruises into an extent that you could not move or speak. He beats you powerless and hopeless. I watched him kick you up and down. Kukhumula mazinyo, he tore my soul apart. Kudibanisa nendonga ze Jericho. He mad at my conscience. Yes, I am a motherless child. Yes, like father, like son. What kind of a society should I be presented to? What kind of a society do I fit into? Yes, like father, like son. Yes, I am a motherless child.
Igama lami nguPhilane isibongo wakamoyo ngipoet kunophisi nje omncane enginiphathele wona namhlanje ispeechless mengikubona ngiba speechless ngiphusha namakheles ipena alihambi awaphumula ama lyrics kodwa ikhona iconnection kule series uma ngase ngithi ukuba nawe ngekho serious ngabe ngiqamba amanga phela wena wangishiya umanga ngirelaxile abanye lova bekubanga ngingayitshela ukuthi one day ungishiya ibanga lalela mistress angitholele wena nje okwamanje ngikhiphe stress it's like I'm impressed say yes please ngihambe ngiyotshela ipress yazi ngathi ngathola udonut azongitshelela wena ukuthi now I'm over the moon phela bengifisa ukuthi uthando lethu sipushe soon ngikuvale every afternoon unless wena mungafuni buka wena la kumina ufika ushintsha amagiya beke wangithinta ngalolo suku angilali ngiyogiya njengomxhosa emafini ndiya ndize ngiphenduka indiya elizondiza buka bese ngikuzame konke even imbiza kuthiwa ngiye ngiyombiza ngiye ngijike endleleni ngeke phela lo mntwana uyabiza siphila phansi komhlaba ogcwele inzondo nosizi kwala ngisho abazathi sebevula amavesi ogenesis kodwa still kulo mhlaba kusavunguza umoya wosizi ngikhuluma ngengane ezidela amakhaya azafudumele bokhuluma ngabazali isidinwe sithukuthele ukuthi azikudle zikufele zinjalo zikudinga uphelele ziyababa opelepele ziyashesha nokukuvusa emaqandeni emolela ngisakuphathe kwenkanese lesele isidwedwe sentokazi ishiya abazali emakhaya beyibuza ukuthi engabe uyozala nkomoni angithweni ubuhleka kancane ugqoka izikete ezimfishane masithi sicela uxolo usiphoxa uthi yazina ume kancane ebusweni boyipende emgaqeni utende umani spenda kodwa manje usuphenduka isilenda emzimbeni uyaluza usuqala nokuyibuza abazali emakhanda yaba confuse akubaleka abangana kasekoneto zokududuza olova sebekhuluma kabi bathi udinga iattention asimhlanganiseleni imali encane athola ama extension usuyabuya yodidisa ngakeni kuphela ecredit 4 days sesingcwabe egodini kodwa ke mina ngiyasola indaba lapha eMzansi Afrika lapho sithola khona udake dido ifashion maqeda lo direction hayiqala lapho ke mission sesimthole emaphathini nasemabheshini igama lakhe bengithi unokulunga kodwa namhlanje bambiza ngosilanishing olova bayamkhohlisa bathi une vision ngoba nakubefuna ukumthelela ngeinfection thina sothula sigoqa izandla sibukela action maqeda simpothe emashidini odokotela bamdlale ngenjection ayingithi uyena sefuna abortion impilo beyithatha ngehaba thina sibambe ngeslow motion lento anakuphikiswa end of discussion vele usaloza ne direction
Off the wall.
Hi, my name is Buleng Khatebe, also known as Zilot. Ayaphela makhekhe msam. Ayaphela makhekhe msam. Ngaba mashita akhuluma ngabe ziningi indaba.
ozanelo lirato sibongile lamaqanza angaka asikhathalini leso sikhinde siyisigide siphohloza umhlaba wethu kuphopoza igazi kuphela uthando kuvuka inzondo le impopho ehlokoleza nasembobeni isho ngakwazi ukumemeza unina we waluma umalume yababazi ingane lo baba wayiphinda akakwazanga yini ukulinda we waluma umalume wayiphinda akakwazanga yini ukulinda cha bawafaka lamathuna athunuka amathuma wangena lo waseqaleni angagogodanga see toddlers now know brutal dicks before they learn their ABCs let alone know the function of their universe because our cries have become choral verses that fall on deaf ears. Our their pleasure. Our no, their leisure. Our no does not ring any sensitive bell. Men rage war against our universe. Erect missiles firing non-stop, cocks bearing no panic buttons. Sacred landscape shredded to pieces by a series of forced entries. For us, it's no longer safe in the streets. Jack and Jill made love that day. Parasite struck her universe. Jill fell down and broke her crown, and stars came crumbling after. Sacred skies shredded and leaked. Thundersticks striking fragmented skin. Rainbows pooled, color by color, color by color, color by color, until nothing but a fragmented soul remained. Until nothing but a tormented soul remained. See, men rage war against our universe. Erect missiles firing non-stop, cocks bearing no panic buttons. Sacred landscape shredded to pieces by a series of forced entries. For us, it's no longer safe in the streets. Seamen rifles roam the streets, targeting our vaginas. Mother says, when you're a woman, your eyes are often mistaken for coffins. Are those eyes or coffins? Mother says, there is no tomb for broken hearts. So careful whose hearts you reside in, child. Mother says, there are no tombs for broken hearts. Says sometimes men have daggers for hearts. So careful whose hearts you reside in, child. Mother says sometimes men have ropes for hands. So careful who caresses your skin, child. Mother says, when you are a woman, you are constantly bleeding. I am pleading with the universe to deliver I, the gatekeeper of dreams that die before their birth. Earth is not a place for dead moons. Behind these rooms, the grass is not greener. Every morning I am helping dig graves. Every morning I am helping close graves. The grass is not greener. Matshidiso left school too soon, perturbed by greater demons than the one in my classroom wall, shaped like a cave, built like a grave. Her house is a glass house, and the neighborhood is throwing stone. Isaac prefers the second floor with no chalkboard and no teacher, where his mischief is unguarded and the chasing is unending. Usamkelo is an old book with no content. His grandmother does not know how to read him. And I a God of a dying son, and I a God of a son who despises books as if it's some sort of evil. And I tempt them with my dreams and they chant, and lead us not into your evil, and lead us not into your evil. Every morning I'm constantly reciting poems like, my children are constantly reciting poems like, I am bleeding. I'm pleading with the universe of education to deliver I, the gatekeeper of dreams that die before their birth. Earth is not a place for dead moons. Every morning I'm constantly reciting poems like, my children's eyes are nothing like the sun. They do not look like they will rise even though they set. The horizon has a tendency of swallowing them whole and forgets to spit them by morning with their scorching presence that makes me bleed through my pores, and I wish for their life to be on pause. It hurts to wake up in the morning, return to a lover who's responsible for your dying. I am dying. The gatekeeper of dreams is dying. A forest is dying here. These children are cementing my eggs brick by brick. There are no windows here. And I a God of a dying son. And I a God who bleeds for these sons.
Known as Soetry. I am a young man from Limpopo and I have this for you guys here. Barwa ba tlhaba ke letšatši mokokotlo, ba phulwa ke borutho, ba lebile gae, mutla legetleng, dikgwale matsogong, motla tshekama, direthe tšhipi di a feta, letšatši le tlhaba mokokotlo, ba phulwa ke borutho, go tonya ke dithitho. Diphefo gale di letša molodi letšatši hlodimela, sephiri se khupilwe ke dithaba, mabu makhwibidu naga bolela, leleme la noka le setlefetše, katlapi e setlefetše, sepa bana e phele, re tshela ga bonolo, re nyala ka mošola, mara ya go sheba tlhapi a ego. gae go rile tu go selwa kgole le gae digeru di thulwa ke bomang gore digoropo di emiše bo serolwana di fofe difu di rebegilwe di betha go thewa ke bomang banana ba rebogile go mashilo le bo malapile ba sa iphitlhile magoeng ba thea konya gae letšatši le phopholetša mekokotlo e sego a timetše masogana diphuti di tla kitimišwa ke bomang le golwa ke mebotswane ya gauta gae ke maruping mathudi a apere ditsiba mašaka a tshekame mmutedi o jelwe ke moya magoeng melomo ke mašaka maleme a jele maleme a mangwe mašele boyang gae serofo mahoa maphefa madimabe malapile molatelo boyang gae ke a tseba feke o ile boya batho eupša le tla mo gopola bjang le lebetše gae gopolang gae. I stand at the mouth of an unmarked grave, the ocean where our people lay, then wonder whose great-grandfather's tears I have between my toes. Our people have learned how to cry out blood. Blood is the color of the ocean, the land is wearing our skin. We have tried to run, but you can never outrun your own skin. So we fight for what is ours. For an African without land is either away from home or drowning. A land away from home is a boat or a body floating. Our grandfathers ran to swim back home, but sometimes swimming back home means drowning. Drowning is learning all of your grandfather's secrets. Secrets on how to swallow tears back into a body, then swim to the shores of your country. And I stand at the mouth of an unmarked grave, the ocean where our people lay, then wonder whose great-grandfather's tears I have between my toes.
Gender-based violence. Ndibuhlungu, ndikhathazekile, kodwa ngaphakathi ndidanile. Ndimele nazo imbandezelo, yimijelo zinyembezi, intlungu intluthubukraka, zizifundo ngezifundo kumathafa okufa, zinkonzo ngenkolo kweziko lokufa. Ethafeni lishimi imiphefumlo libanda, kumaziko okuphela kobomi, lakutywila ilanga ziyandixhwitha inkumbulo, yakugqotsa imitha ilanga ndisandicikidwa zizilo zolunya, ingqiqo iquqele engqondweni, yindyebo kwabanxanela impumelelo, ubusincinci kubazingeli bomphefumlo, impilo yezulu ifudukile, kodwa phansi emhlabeni kufudumele, ukufa kunazo intloni, unanyoni intloyo, kaloku amasaka sozelwe ngaphandle kwenqaka, kufa ndiyaqalekisa. Thank you. Thambo, dala, kudala bekukhwahlaza, dedadala, kudala bekukhwahlaza, indlela yaziwa ngothe wayihamba, bamba abanye balahlekelwe ngamathemba, indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili, uxolo malube kuthi sonke, iingcinga zethu mazibe zezoxolo, vela ndlela sikubone, baqhwala bexhenza bezombelela, qaphelani kucala ngasekunene nihlasele ngeenkondlo zamanene eli ayilolizwe lazinkenenkene, vela ndlela sikubone, ndithe ndakuva ukubetha kolwimi ndanomdla wokunyamezela, ndithe ndakuva ukubetha kolwimi ndanomdla wokumamela, dedadala kudala bekukhwahlaza.
Invisible, inevitable battles are inside of all of us, and that's where we're at. I cannot be a woman. Am I a woman? Well, he says I am his. How can I be a woman? I had been in silence. I have been in silence, and I am still in silence. And silence has killed me. Tormented in my heart, ripped into pieces, radicating, repeating silently, I am receiving. My silence has killed me. Clearly, a toy like me can be broken, but can be fixed. My silence has killed me. Please stop abusing me. Please stop hurting me. Please stop killing me. My silence has killed me. Can't you see that I am dying inside me? Well, my tears, can't you see my tears? Because I cannot sleep, I cannot eat. My silence has killed me. Just because you have it all, you think that you can wear me like your uniform, where in the morning I am your slave cooker, or should I say your dirty master chef? My silence has killed me. Learning to the most successful people today did not have a clue what the future held for them. Learning with a good attitude can control situations that you can't. That it is not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you stand. It is not about how you cannot start, it's about how you can make sure things that they never end. Learning with bitterness cannot accomplish anything in life. That spending a lot of time on gossip can steal away all your time, all your minutes and seconds of achieving something in your life. It's not about your background, it's about your way forward. It's not about your wrong friends, it's about the choices that you made. It's not about how you cannot, it's about how you can. Education depreciates the mouthpiece of people judging you, people tormenting you about your past, where you come from, where you are going. But know that education is the key. It opens the doors that you can never think you can achieve.
Off the wall.
Nna ke segolo Bentlele nka ipolaya setlogolo sa kwa Mokolobati mokwalangwane wa Rafe Ntlele. I'm also known as the Sensei. I'm a spoken word artist, writer and performer. Word. Like a beautiful bond between a mother and a prima donna, we would share tea time on the coffee table. I would spread our photo albums and some of those collector's items fell on the floor as Mom sat on the couch and I collapsed on the chair stroking raven hair. But flipping through those loose pages made me realize that quite a number of people are only alive because it's illegal to shoot them. Connected to reality, and just a delicate white thread, and if it snapped, I'd probably plunge into insanity. As if in a trance, I got off the bed, followed the thread as it led to Mom's bedroom. I entered, flicked the switch on, rushed to stand beside the bed. And though she insisted on kissing my four-cornered forehead and tucking me back to bed, I held her head back, gashed out and said, "Dad, Mommy, he bribes me with juicy apples to maintain my silence." I thought lustful men had the law palm of their hands. Now do we blame gravity for the fact that he excessively forces himself onto me? I so wish my arm was a sword right now. Just hand him a smack on the jaw, his whole head would land on the floor. For months my heart would ache and itch. Each time my chin would rub against his filthy skin, I would have a flurry of dreams. Isn't that obvious? If we lived in the Matrix, Lord Jesus would be Morpheus. With the back of his hand, he would give me a smack on the cheek, disturb my daydreams, order me, but recall how we would rewind cassettes by inserting a fine point pen in either one of the holes and anxiously rotate it anti-clockwise till the tape would fill up the other side, and again it would be ready for play. On the contrary, I hate flashbacks. I wish my life was on rehearsals. These miseries would be a glimpse of now showing shortly. My parents wouldn't have met yet, and no amount of palm readers would actually tell what am I to touch next, because he regards me as a quick snack, that he quick snacks when you at work. Now you cannot insist that I'm lying, Mom. Why would I do such a thing? I wouldn't want to ruin your relationship with your king. Word. Bengino wefika ngibhala. Awu ngithola sengikudweba ngihleka nobala. Awu empeleni akekho umunye ongavale sakho isikhala. Wena umshengo, umavuso swalala. Umswazi unombe, hawusidwaba, silithuli, donga, dilika nomaswazi, ushabalala, awukade ngaxwayisa nkosazana, uma ngabe uyongiphula inhliziyo mina ngiyokubhalela yakho inkondlo, phela wena bokusasa kwami ngiyumdoko wakho, awungivuka ngawe mihla nemihla kepha namhlanje uyangiziba, awubengeke ngibekezele, bangiphendula isitha esabazali abangizele, ngathi kuliziba ilizwe labodada bethu beshumayela ngitshela ukuthi mina cha nomaswazi ngiyokufaka-ke ntshayela. Awusakhumbula ngelingela amalanga uthando lwethu lusakhazimula bawile mbali nokhulanga phansi kwemfulaha isuka ngakuthembisa ukuthi ngiyokushada ngiyokufaka-ke indandatho safunga awukade wasiphendula isixalekiso empilweni yami inhliziyo yami wathi kuyenza buthakathaka ngaboshwa ngegama lakho kodwa-ke kuyayifanela ngoba ohandcuff into yodwa nesiphandla lakimi nomaswazi awunomaswazi ushabalala unomaswazi ushabalala isibongo awukadingi akuxwayisa nkosazana uma ngabe uyongiphula inhliziyo ngiyokubhalele yakho inkondlo Word.
My name is Jabu Dlamini, and today I'm going to utter about a poem titled Zbahle Makhosha. Sex before marriage, it's a sin. Sex before marriage, it's a sin. Yet since she was born, she already had a vision of being a porn star. So allow me to be corrupted pastor. Mamela taba taba ya ho etsa ditaba ka hara setjhaba. Allow me to walk the walk and talk the talk. This is the story of Zbahle Makhosha. Ke ngwana moruti, her who is in need of responsibility because akana ndaba nempilo. Nobody is perfect, that's a fact, but people didn't expect that. Ho tswa lapeng la moruti because they respect him. Hantate moruti, pain is unspoken. Mdali ngifundisa umfundisi how to maintain this pain in his life. Happiness is playing hard to get, yet let me try to explain about lo Makhosha. Ke ngwana o etsa thobalano hodima sefate iphile matla phamokate ka lebaka la samamelo wa hae ntate. Let me walk it like I talk it. Zbahle started loving sex when she was in grade 7. Her vision breaker in grade 11. Sex plays in a tavern, but her man was in heaven. Remember, ke ngwana moruti, so he is heart broken and pain is unspoken. Hashtag happiness is just a subject that was rejected by poor mentality. Sehloho sa letsatsi, Zbahle Makhosha, verse 17, chapter 70. Ntumelle ke bue ka ngwana moruti, almighty of all the community. Zbahle is an adversity, using umuti ukuti athola madoda and futhi. She is using her body for money, and community showing no unity. Because of her, Unfundisi lost his dignity. He can't even face the realities. Zbahle lost her virginity at the age of 14. Sex was her only sport activity. She never slept with no food poverty. Her private part got no liberty. This is reality. Allow me to confess, to express these expressions of her who care less about people such a mess. Mdali, Unfundisi akalali, actually, Caesar, for the God ngiyabiza, lempilo inzimu satanu yasebenza. Zbahle Makhosha, the one who brought bitterness, the word love was meaningless. She filled hearts with emptiness, bring back the happiness. I feel like I could turn back the universe, Mdali. I wanna confess, Zbahle is just a case, mentally messed, physically oppressed, emotionally obsessed, and financially success. Lo Makhosha uyaqhosha, Marian uyamosha. Wena vakashi ngondi yakhe yashesha, lo mntwana uyafesha. Plus, urata di blessa, hadi bona waphakisa, akere le mmele wa gadisa, kenya tšhelete Zbahle o tla phethisa. Yes, uhambe nama blessa. So no munga hamba, nice life, uzoyikhumbula. Your voice, your choice. Be careful when your voice make noise, cause that voice will be making your choice. Zbahle never compromise with the choice. That bitch will teach a new style, preach a new voice. Dingaka di kadile masapo, buneting house sanatepo. If she was kissed, muyetu uhopo, muyetu ulla sello samitapo, pele robe hilo rakai pasa kamarapo, hai lirita mugau adhula katapo, obahuba ibo pilo, otoka letabo, urakankalieto iloba talegato ba, esale le melamotu, satani, unakatela mahobani husenya sechaba. La kajeno letati halichaba, ki rapeti mudimu ya kaudima ditaba, uresa sechaba, sitlakala hotaba, baratua batahura, bote batatlohella hulapa, kikopa hubua, udima taba kikopa hudula, lo Makhosha, uyamosha. Libuya, Bupirima, Bochabela, Burwa. Please help. I need a navigator to navigate my life. A penetrator to penetrate to the undertaker to take back my happiness before sadness rule my life for permanent. I need an accelerator to accelerate my pace and a calculator to calculate that pace because I'm in a race. Tears are tearing on my face. In my life, pain took a place. May the grace of my Lord Jesus Christ trace the case I face in a race of my life. And please, just place your hand in a pace of my sins. What kind of a person I am? Ke se bete sa o hloka nnete ka ramokete bete sa o bolaya mahlong a sekete bete sa o senya monate using art not because I'm smart but one part in my heart is falling apart. Life has no button start. I just need a shortcut that can be revealed as a small chart in my heart. Ke tseba saka seboko le dithoko empa ena taba ha e mfe boroko re ke se senye nako bashanyana santsane batla ya tshako modidi etsane ka ramotse ntse le lethabo empa ke nna mathata bitsang dingaka di khale masapo pele batho ba latla tshepo re ke rwale dieta ke tlame marapo maotompe pepelunkise ha ye solo kolang dipholo bashanyana re dise bophelo bothata ka mafito meqhele ba jwale le tise modidi etsang ka kopo limpitse mme o itse ha ke fitla ke dumedise ngivumele ngiqhaze inhliziyo yenze umlomo ugeze because umhlaba umoshekile madi atletse sebaka banna ba tsoela na matla ba phamisetsana diphaka ho sena mabaka ichu bophelo bo bohloko jalo ka sephadi ya ka pelo ya diutla etswa madi ke ne ke hloka mothatla mphumulang dikeledi tse tswang kgwedi le kgwedi because emphakathini I was rejected and emazulwini I was elected but not conducted. Ndali buya umoya wami uyazula please pendula ke ne ke le kotsi ka ramotse ho sena moeletsi a tla beya mantswe ho dikela ha letsatsi ho hlalositse tsietsi. At school I was a disturbance during my presence. Everyone wished to see my absence, part of my disappearance. I made no difference to my exam, no excellence during presentation, no confidence. I was top 10 of violence due to lack of finance. I was addicted to substance that made my mind dance, clothing with no veins and community with no correspondence. So God, please take me to the next province. Umphakathi ongena sono lidingaka disana pono ke severisa thothokiso ho fodisa senasiso muso thusa ke batla ho busa esale ke rapela Ramasedi ampontshe lesedi ke qadile ho ba khutsana ke na le motsepedi ga gadi thandi atla ka mogabeke tse robedi so I'm not ready pene e ba moledi tlasa lesedi o re modima nkutlwe ke tshwanela go binankedi kapa hona o rapela ka sepedi ana ke mabaka aka tseba bophela bona thaka living with poverty made me hate the community, facing reality with no responsibility, hatred giving me no liberty, no sympathy, so pain beat at like a stage of puberty.
Dumelang, libitso la ka ke nna Mabatho Tshweni. O tlo ya mmabolepo Tshweni ya bokgalaka ke timishito maganyela beng e ke e garbe setla ke setlafetše ke setlafaditše ke bo setla ke mohlare ke ya tlhatlherega ke tlhatlama ke mahlatse a ntlhatsela ya mohlabedi khurumetša ka thithikwe mamoradia ga go molapo o hlokang semenya fa go lang se borela mamtšere lapa melala thuo gopa ke mothega e thoko mokuna basedi mabele mabolabodi ya mahlaba wa lerumo. Listen to my definition. This is my explanation. I am the daughter of Mzilikazi. He calls me Ndotakazi, descendant to Senzangakhona, the shield of Dingani, the black rose, Imbalemnyama, an African princess. I am as sharp as Umkhonto wa Mazulu. Ke manya ka ntsietsang ka lereke tlototse lereke suhle se galeka ke ikonke. Ke le ruwa le qhubula o lahlela ka nqane ho mawatle ke qhoboshena matla ke tsokwana qoqo ke thewa thabeng tse kgolo bothaba bosiu. Di ka ngaka tse kgolo bo makgerenkgwa ka mesidi le mesesetso ba mphatse ka dinaka ba ntise ke tla ke bine ke di dietse. Nka moheleng le nna ke pheise gala bonyane hlama ya gala ha igorei e botlisa khoshane hlama ya ngwetsi bohadi eng khasi hau hlama ya ngwetsi bohadi eng khasi hau hlama ya ngwetsi bohadi eng khasi hau. There are words trapped on the tip of my tongue, yet unable to escape. In the back of my mind, it was captured. In the space of my vision, I saw it. In the depth of my soul, it shall remain narrow or wide. Yet our path converged like the palms on my hands. Okwaku udaladala kwamhlamnene konge eqhuba yinqwelo yogoduko. Kuramba tsuku kuona jena kureva ndokunei kutarisa kurevau chafamba chazvava zinzi munyorori ndava ndipo akatoka shujaa katika kambi ya Wafilisiti aliyeitwa Goliati wa Gati ambaye urefu wake ulikuwa mikono 6 na shiburi moja. Akawambia, mbona metoka kupanga vita? Je, mimi si Mfilisti na ninyi jichagulieni mtu wa Sauli? O kimunana wa mugogo rupa shupa baloi e ke go shupetsa mabitleng a Paulwane mo bo gaka le bogwale ba goboketsa go dikgobe ka bogwari aka ka nkare khokwankhware ntakana mpudule ba geno ba mphatlile.